Hey, my lovelies. I'm Chef C. This is the She Spot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are cooking today as usual. I got all kinds of stuff happening back here. Today we're going to do country style steak because we're hungry. Yes. We're doing country style steak. I'm going to do it with a parsnip cauliflower mash. And we're going to have some roasted asparagus, a little cheese on it because I want some cheese. I want some gravy. I want some steak. Yeah. Never said I was vegetarian. I'm all carnivore. Sorry. Anyway, so we're going to do it the legal way. So our country style steak is just 2 pieces of cube steak. TC. I've washed them and patted them dry. Bring my pan of goodies. Our breading for the day. Now you can use panko. The panko, you can use breadcrumbs. You can use flour. Those are the non-legal ones. Now, legal ones, you can use pork rinds. Today we're going to use almond flour. I'm using a mixture of almond flour and Parmesan cheese. Now, normally, you know, I'm that special person, so I go and I grate my own Parmesan, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm cheating. We're going to use the stuff in the can because from everything that I've read, everyone's told me the stuff in the can, when you use it as breading, doesn't melt down as faster because it's ground really, really fine. So we're going to use. What's wrong, Stu Chef?
Nothing. Keep going.
So we're going to use the stuff in the can. He's giving me all kinds of looks. I mean, it's a good thing you can't see him. He's off camera. We're going to put some mushrooms in that gravy because I like mushrooms. You don't like mushrooms, leave them out. By all means, leave them out. I've got some water boiling on back here on the stove. So we're going to take I've got cauliflower. You can either get a head of cauliflower and chop it up yourself. Or you can get the bag cauliflower like I did that was already chopped up. And I just, it was already chopped off of the head of cauliflower and I just chopped it smaller. And I've got 1 parsnip in here and I've got it diced as well. And parsnip, white carrot, but no, it's seriously, parsnip, really good. It's going to add a little bit of sweetness to it. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my steamer pot. I'm going to put it over the water that's boiling behind me. And we're going to get it steaming. And we're going to do this just like mashed potatoes. So what you're going to do, I'm going to put it in the steamer pot. I'm going to have it steam so it's fork tender. And then we're going to mash it. I'm probably going to use my immersion blender because I'm lazy. And with some buttermilk. I'm going to heat some buttermilk. So we're going to do it with some buttermilk and butter because I like the richness. All right, so we've got that going. This first part of the meal is going. Let's do our steak. So we're going to do a breading station. All right, so we're making our breading station. So we've got our egg. Now, I've only got 2 because it's only me and Sous Chef. And while we'll do leftovers are never a really good thing for us. Sometimes we get bored after the first meal. All right, I'm going to add a little cream. You're going to ask me how much? About 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'll mix it in. All right, so we got a good mix going on. Yay. Put that right there. All right, so what I have in here, I have my almond flour. I've got the Parmesan cheese, and I've got some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, some salt and pepper. That's a lot of seasoning. Red chili flakes, because I got the Mo Hotter, Mo Better man over there. Now, normally what I would tell you is to season your meat all the way through. This does have Parmesan seasoning in it, so I'm gonna go a little bit light on the salt because Parmesan tends to be a little bit salty. So we've got some salt and we got some pepper. And I would also tell you to do both sides. But I'm not, I just touched that meat, so I'm not gonna stick my hand back in my salt. So we got pepper on this side, and we're gonna be good. Do as I say, now as I do. All right. So I'm gonna do it backwards this first time. So I did an egg, breading, egg again, breading. Okay, now when you have a breading station, you want to have one wet hand, one dry hand. Dry. Usually I would do wet and then dry, but for some reason or other I'm off today, so we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it the way I started it. All right, so we're nice and breaded and coated. We're gonna put it back on here. We're gonna do our next one. Now I've seen this two different ways. So now you saw me do the egg first in the last one. We're gonna do the coating first in this one. We'll see if it makes a difference. We're all guinea pigs. Let's be a guinea pig today. Trying different things. We're still gonna do the double coating. I'm gonna cook this in a cast iron skillet today. Cast iron skillet. Because I can and I have it. Oh, I soaked up all that egg. All that. I might have to get me another egg. I try not to waste my eggs when it comes to that because, you know, once you use it in that breading, you can't do anything else with it. You know what I mean? Do I have enough to sop up some more? We'll try. All right. Egg again. The same process can be used for your chicken. Because after all, everything started frying with the chicken. Chicken was the first thing to get fried. I'm just joking. I don't know that for real. I don't know that for real. I don't. So, you know, don't come at me with that. All right, we're breaded. We're gonna get to the stove and we're gonna cook it off. Can't talk now. Can't cook it off. All right, we got our pan hot. I've got some avocado oil in here. You can use whatever oil you like. But I thought avocado would be a nice neutral frying oil. I'm gonna try and fit both of these in this pan because for some reason I chose my small pan instead of my big pan. Got this on medium-high heat. You heard it sizzle when it went in. We're using avocado oil. Going to do a little fork test on our cauliflower. We got about maybe 5 more minutes on that, and it's gonna be ready to go. So this is gonna be a quick meal. Once you have everything laid out that you want, it's gonna be real fast, real fast. So while we're waiting for this to cook, we're gonna go and do the asparagus. All right, so we've got our asparagus. Now, all I did was I got a bunch of asparagus from the grocery store. Now, this is half the bunch. So that tells you how much is in that big round bunch. So I took half, I washed all of it, and then I just took half of it. And the way I prepare my asparagus is you just bend it, and where it pops is where where you cook from. And that's because this part is going to be very woody. It's going to be very woody. And you don't want to eat that. No bueno. All right, so in my little ramekin, I have some salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder. All right, so what we're going to do is going to, I could leave my gloves on for this, but yeah, we're good. Going to drizzle some avocado oil. You can use olive oil if you want to. I have my avocado, I'm in an avocado oil kind of mood today. It's neutral, and I don't want to add any flavor, but if you want to add flavor to it, by all means, use your olive oil. You can use coconut oil if you like. I'm not a coconut fan. All right, and then I'm just gonna drizzle sprinkle some seasoning on it. Oven's preheated at 425. We're gonna let it roast for like 10 minutes. We're gonna let it roast for like 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna take it out. And then you want to make sure this is even as possible, because you want them to roast and not steam. So we want one layer. And then I'm gonna bring them out. I'm gonna sprinkle some cheese on it. I think we're using Monterey Jack and Colby today. Cheeses, you can use mozzarella. I've seen all kinds of cheeses. You use whatever cheese you got. This is the cheese that I chose. My cheese of the day. Cheese of the day. All right, we're all ready to go. We're gonna put it in the oven. 10 minutes. All right, we just done our flip on our steak. So we're gonna let the other side get nice and golden brown. And then we're gonna pull that off. Should be about 5 minutes each side. Meanwhile, our parsnips are done. Our parsnips and cauliflower are done. All right, so I've got the rest of my seasoning that I put on my asparagus, because we like to follow through with our seasoning. So that's the salt and pepper and some garlic powder. I've got a tablespoon of butter here. I've got a tablespoon of butter in the heating up with the buttermilk. And you're going to ask, why are you heating your buttermilk? Well, the reason why I'm heating my buttermilk, and this is a pre-mash, so I'm not going all the way down yet. The reason why I'm heating my buttermilk is because I want the buttermilk to be at a hot temperature when I add in the when I add it to the mash, because the mash is hot. So you want to keep everything at a good temperature. That way it maintains that temperature. If I put in cold buttermilk into my hot cauliflower, it's going to take down the temperature, and I don't want the temperature taken down all the way yet. So we're just going to heat it until it's just warm. And then we're going to mix it a little bit, because it will separate some. So don't be afraid of it. Do not be afraid of the buttermilk. All right. Now, if you don't want to use buttermilk, you can use cream. I like the tang of buttermilk. Smashed taters. Let's do a little taste for seasoning. We'll probably have to add some more salt to it. Might let sous chef taste it. Yeah, any salt. Use some salt. This is where you salt to taste. What's I doing? Yeah. I'll mix. Perfect. And your cauliflower mash is done. We got a good browning on the steak, so we've taken those off. See that? Brown. Gonna add our mushrooms into our pan. I added a little bit more of avocado oil. That is our oil of the day, avocado oil, because our pan is searing hot. So I have to remember to not grab onto that, because we know my habit. We're gonna let these cook down just a little bit. Now this is about 4 to 5 mushrooms. These are creminis. You can use white button. You can use shiitake. Heck, if you wanted to make this vegetarian, you could probably do this whole meal. Instead of using the cube steak, get a big portobello mushroom. Fry it up. Make your gravy. Yeah. All right, so we're going to keep that moving in the pan. You know, even with that, it's still hot. And we're going to pull out our asparagus, add our cheese. Cheese. All right, so we got our asparagus. We're going to add our cheese to it. Random bits of cheese. Sous chef's going to love cleaning this pan. On the contrary, I love you. I love you big much. So we're going to add our cheese. Going to put it back in the oven for about 2 to 3 more minutes, and it's going to be ready to go. All right, you see your mushrooms are cooking down. Now, you could have easily added the mushrooms and some onions and had them cooking down together. I skipped the onions on this route. I was wondering what I was smelling. Do you see that? Burnt right through it. Towel. He knows me well. All right, now that they've cut down a little bit, we're going to add some seasoning to that because we season all the way through. So I've got the remainder of that garlic powder, salt mixture. We're going to use that. And then I'm going to add some more salt to it. Some salt. Just a little bit. I'll tell you what'll save you time in your kitchen. Take your salt and your pepper. Put some in a little bowl. Mix it together. And then sit it in one of your spice containers. And that's your salt and pepper mix. So that you always have some salt and pepper already mixed up and you don't have to worry about going from one to the other. That's our timer on our asparagus. Cheesy and bubbly. Ready to go. All right, let's build this gravy right quick. So we got our mushrooms in. I'm going to deglaze the pan with a little red wine. And some vegetable stock. That is a ½ cup cube. The red wine's going to cook down. It's just going to flavor everything. You don't have red wine, you can use, you can just skip it. I like the added flavor. So we got the vegetable stock in there. I'm going to do a little, some cream. Cream. And I'll see if I need any other thickener. I might need to use some arrowroot powder. Arrowroot. But in essence, y'all, all our components are done. Make sure my heat's still on. You got those little bits from the steak cooking on the bottom of this pan. That's going to add to the thickening also. And the flavor. All right. Stock is cooked down. Gonna add our cream. Low carb friendly, y'all. Low carb friendly. That's what we do here. Gonna give it a little stir. If I can find the right tool. I'm surprised sous chef didn't say anything about that because I got a tool for everything in here. And some things that don't need it. Now, I don't have it on the recipe. I'll modify that. But I think anything that you add that has beef in it sometimes and it has mushrooms also needs some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons. We got a good boil going. As soon as I see it thicken just a little bit, we're going to add our steak back in. And then we're almost ready to eat. There you have it. You have your country style steak over your parsnip mash with your roasted asparagus with cheese. Yeah, and a little mushroom gravy. Now, by all means, you know, you can make your gravy thicker. You can make more gravy. However you want to do your gravy, do your gravy. Gravy what you like. Yeah, but that steak's going to be so flavorful with the seasoning mix, the Parmesan in the seasoning mix. And then we season the steak to start with. I mean, you're going to have flavor upon flavor upon flavor upon flavor. It's going to be Flavor Town. Oh, that was a Guy Fieri. No, we don't use that one. We're going to have lots of flavor. You're going to be flavorful. How about that one? Yeah. And yeah, it was quick and simple. We did it all in about 30 minutes, if that much, maybe 20. Once you have everything ready to go. So you just plop, 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 and you're ready to go. And now we're ready to eat. So I thank you for coming and visit us today. Check out the C Spot Food, TheCspotFood. We have updated the site. I did some work, believe it or not. Funny sous chef. So the cspotfood.com is up and going. We archived a lot of the old stuff, and we put a lot of new stuff out there. Not a whole lot of new stuff yet, but there will be a lot of new stuff out there. So we're going to get that going. Yeah. You want to reach me? Contact me at thecspotfood@gmail.com. TheCspotfood@gmail.com. Gotcha. You can also, come here and give me a comment. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Chef C, I don't like your hair. Okay. Be nice. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. We always love to hear from you. And remember, in all that we do and all that you do, continue to enjoy the journey. Check out later.